Hello, Chloe here with Glam Goodies, Chloe the Nail Text Coach, wherever it says it, whatever. So today we're going to do an unboxing or unpackaging of the stencils that you get with my Beginner's Airbrush Stencil Bundle. So the course comes with, put the picture right there. It is 14 lessons. I don't know how many fingers that was. Sorry. I'm not gonna re-record that. It's 14 lessons. It's all the stencils, the stencil saver book, the lace, yeah, and access to the course. Now, nobody else does a bundle like this. So let's cut to the unboxing, packaging part. Okay, so it's going to come in an envelope unless you order other stuff with it, because I do have other things on my website, gel tips, all of that jazz. Okay, so there's some really important things in here besides your stencils. First is going to come with the stencil care card. This is how we keep our stencils reusable. So read this, keep this, save it for later. I designed this myself. Then it's going to come with some glam money. Now, you scratch this little thing off and guess what? There's a discount. I also designed this myself. And then here are your stencils. Here is your stencil saver book. So you can actually take all of these apart and then put them in your stencil saver book. And then here is the lace that goes with two of the designs that are in the course. So got your piece of lace. We got our stencil saver book. I was trying to think of a way to like reduce plastic, but honestly, if I put my idea was to put all the stencils in here like that and then put the lace in one piece and then put in the thing. But then people were like, where's everything? Before they even opened anything. So that's what I thought. It has these sheets where you can just put your stencils on there. My stencils, anybody else's stencils, it doesn't matter. It makes it reusable because you can pull them on and off. And then this is the stencils. This masking I do import from Japan. It's not just, I promise you, I cannot find it here. I took several airbrush classes in Japan and guess what? I love their stencil masking and I figured out a way to get it here. So this is your French stencil. This piece that I'm pulling off, it can technically go in the trash or you can cut it and use it later. Right? This is the part that actually goes on the nose. That's the French. You get 3 of those. And out of each 3, the top set is going to be a regular smile French. I'm just going to put this in here and save it. A regular smile French. And the bottom set is more deep. See, it's more pointy. So it's 3 of those. You get the mega lines, which are line stencils in different widths. Now, I'm using my hand, but like you've seen in my other videos, the suggestion is to use tweezers. And I'll show you what kind of tweezers I use. Okay, so these are my tweezers. They're a little worse for wear, but these are my tweezers. I actually do have tweezers in the shop, so you can add that to your cart. But the Mega Line stencils comes with a few different line widths. This is the thinnest. And they are reusable. You just put them back in your book. So that's the lines. Then here comes the piece de resistance. You got circles. And you got 4 sizes of circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pull the... And with the circles, you can use the inside or the outside. Either or. It's all really well cut. I know some people are like, it's laser cut. This is not laser cut. This is cut with a daggone blade. Okay. It's not laser cut. It's just regular. And it's the same. You can pull that piece off too. Honestly, I would put all of this on there with the exception of like this outer rim piece. But you can also save this when you need to do like some masking just to make sure paint doesn't get everywhere else. You got stars. It's going to be 4 sizes of stars, just like you have 4 sizes of circles. So a big star, then a medium star, and then a medium star, and then the small stars. Right? Then you got the flames, because like it's really designed to be a really good starter pack. And with the flames, you can use this part or you can use this part, either or. You got butterflies. You can use this part or you can use this part. And the designs in the course actually show you a few different variations. You got the checkerboard. Okay, so I just use this part because these little bitty squares are annoying and I don't want to deal with that. But you can do that. And then you got the wavy checker. Same thing with that. I just use the big piece. I don't really use the little piece. Okay? And then it's 2 sizes of the checker. Then you got the wavy lines, which are great for abstract designs, and this pattern repeats. And so you got some big pieces, some little pieces. Let me show you one of the bigger pieces. So like that is cool. And this is there's a gargantuan circle in here. Let's switch to another page. This circle is huge. And you're like, oh, you can't put that on a nail. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can use the inside or outside. This oval, so many things can be done in the oval. Interior or exterior, a giant square, and a rectangle. And I'm going to pull the inside of the rectangle. Right? Okay. Now, let's go to the other sheet. All of these stencils are going to be used in the course, right? Now, what I will say is this. The course is going to give you 14 different designs that you can repeat in your own way using your own type of color variations, right? And every time you do it a different way, but you repeat part of the pattern that I teach you. And the patterns that I'm teaching you are things that you can just keep in your arsenal. So if somebody's like, I just want something cute and quick, then you can say, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this. And you can just change up the colors with your paints. We also got these butterflies, and I'm going to show, I had this cool idea that I thought about with these butterflies, and I am definitely going to do that for you guys on another video, not on this one. We've got some nesting circles, so it's the circle, but then it's you got the little inner one, and then there's another one. Oops. Now, these stencils are definitely reusable. I did the same thing for the oval. You just have to take care of them. I keep mine in my stencil saver book. For all intents and purposes, you should be cleaning them off after you get done using them. And then if you reference back to your stencil care sheet, it says you can use alcohol or gel cleanser to clean the stencil, but be sure not to saturate the stencil with cleaners. Try to handle the stencil with tweezers to avoid getting skin oils on it. It makes them last longer. We have some galaxy stars, and then we have a smaller version of the wavy checkerboard stencil. So you can use the inside or outside of that one. These are my favorite stars, these glitter stars here. These are definitely a fan favorite. And you're like, oh, it didn't come off. No. That's because it's such a thin line. It's such a thin line. See, that's an easy pull. No, I shouldn't touch it, but I'm going to. It's because the line is so small. Now, these little bitty ones, do I try to save those? No, I do not. It's small. This part is the part that I typically mess with. All right, and then of course we have the rectangle nesting stencil and the square nesting stencil. And yes, you will use these in the course. And these are more butterflies. So all in all, it is a really good package. Let me just recap with you a few things. Okay, so when it comes to airbrush, yes, it is simple. And what I find is, like, a lot of people will come to my website, they'll buy the paints and they won't get the beginner course because, like, oh, well, I could just figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. I already figured it out for you, and I included all the products that you needed to get it done. You can use these stencils with anybody's paint, anybody's airbrush. That doesn't matter. What I am showing you is that I need you to understand that you can create so many things from this beginner bundle, from the techniques that I'm showing you. And in the techniques, what I'm doing is I'm showing you a design, but we're also talking about pressure control. We're talking about how we pull back on the trigger. We're talking about the different type of airbrush guns, because that information is in there as well. As far as I do reviews and informational sessions, I also have them on my YouTube on all the different airbrush guns that I was able to get my hands on, not sponsored by anybody. So you get to see, like, oh, this is how this one sprays, whatever, before you make that purchase. These designs are repeatable because what I'm trying to show you is that you can do quick things and make good extra money. So I like to tell my students that you're charging at least $1 per minute for nail art, period. Right? So if you tell a client, like, oh, it's gonna be $3 per nail for nail art, they're like, ooh. But if you tell a client it's $1 per minute, it probably takes about 20 minutes. They're like, oh, just 20 extra bucks. If you did a little bit more detail, how much will it be? Probably 30 extra bucks. Cool. So say you do your set for $70 and you do $30 of nail art for 30 minutes. That's an additional $30 per client. So if you had 5 people at $70 and those same 5 people got $30 in nail art, you see where my eyeballs are telling you right now? You don't have to go out and get a bunch of extra clients. You just need to upsell your current clients. So let's do the math for you real quick, and we'll do it here. Okay, so let's do our math right here. So you're doing 5 clients a day at $70. It's kind of low, but just stick with me. That's $350 a day, and you do that 5 days a week. That is going to be, wait. So the math. All right, so if you're doing 5 clients a day at $70, that's going to be $350 a day. Times 5 days a week is going to give you about $1,750 earning, not probably keeping with product and stuff, blah blah blah, or rent. Cool. Now, if you take that same person that you're charging $70 and you upsell them $30 in nail art, and we're just going to go with all of them get it. So that's going to be an extra $150 a day in making your revenue $500 a day, and you do that 5 days a week, right? That's going to get you $2,500 a week just from an upsell. So not even adding any new clients. So then you do that 4 times a month. Like for every week you do the same thing. You make it $2,500 a week. Translate into $10K a month with your same clients. So nail art, totally worth it. Airbrush, totally worth it. Off of, let's go, a $47 airbrush class with the stencils and everything included. So the long and short of it is, I linked the course down below. Go ahead and grab it and I will ship everything out to you. You will get instant access to the course, and the stencils will get to you, depending on your location, like 3 to 4 days. It just depends on what the post office is doing. Everything is shipped, packed and shipped by myself, and everything is shipped with tracking. So we will have, you know, a record of you getting your package, me sending it out so you can follow the package along the USPS road. All right. That is all I have for you today. If you tune in any other time, I'm going to be doing some airbrush designs with this. Just like random stuff, not even stuff that's in the course. This is like more stuff that you can do. But my suggestion is stop wasting time and go ahead and get the course. And I want to say this right now, because to move forward, we do need to invest in ourselves and invest in our business. That's why big business is big business, because they're like, oh, we're going to add another product line. Oh, we're going to add another, skill, blah, blah, blah. They're making more money because they're continually adding something that their customer/client wants. If you're not continually adding something that your customer/client wants, why do they keep coming to you? They're going to go to whoever's doing the new next best now. And if that's not you, it's going to be somebody else. So, ipso facto, get down in that description, grab your bundle with your course, and let's get it popping. That's all I got to say. Chloe out. Like, share, subscribe, ask your questions. I got you covered. Have a good one.